Welcome in UC San Diego baseball head coach Eric Newman after the Tritons knocked off Stanislaus State at home tonight 3-2 in come from behind fashion in the opener of an important home series for the Tritons. Coach, a big result for you guys, down 2-0 against a very capable pitcher. What gave you so many problems and how were you able to finally get to him in the end?
You know, I mean, he's good. I mean, I think the thing that gives us problems is probably what's been giving the whole league problems, that he commands his fastball really well, throws his changeup and slider when he needs to, and his stuff's really good, you know. I thought he was outstanding. I thought our guys really hung in there, though, too. I mean, we hung in there. Talking the dugout early, you know, was good. And obviously what kept us in the game was Mitch Hickey and Kyle Luckey. You know, those two guys, you know, really pitched well. I mean, Mitch pitched really well. I mean, the 2 runs he gave up, I mean, he could easily have given up 0, you know, just, you know, early first inning, gives up a triple on a ball down the line, and then, you know, in that 5th inning, you know, his stuff's starting to diminish a little bit, and he gives up 1, but, you know, he ends up with getting that big out, you know, to finish that 5th inning with 2nd and 3rd, and you know, we had a ball off the glove. You know, Elo just kind of tough luck there, but Mitch did a great job, Kyle did a great job, and then, you know, I mean, just scrapping at bats out. I thought, you know, the kind of the 3 consecutive at bats in a row, Derna, Clark, Elo, you know, where we kind of started following the plan, line drive through the middle of the field, staying with that. You know, it was good. I mean, it was a tough night tonight too. I mean, the ballpark played completely different. The wind was blowing in, so some of the fly balls that we hit early in the game that are normally doubles held up in the wind and were caught. You know, we had an opportunity, I think, there. You know, maybe under different circumstances, but guys hung in there and they hung tough. So that's what we talked about. So they did a nice job.
What's the final difference offensively there in the game? Then ultimately was your top RBI guy, Alex Ibipus, drove in all 3 runs. A couple good at bats by him. Talk about him specifically tonight, please.
You know, I mean, Elo had some really good at bats. Those are all 2-strike RBIs too. You know. And that's what winning a game like this is going to come down to. It's how you compete with 2 strikes. It's excuse me. It's how guys, you know, stay through the middle of the field, stay line drive oriented with 2 strikes and put balls in play and challenge the defense to make plays. And that's what he did, you know, in both of those 2 at bats. You know, one was a double off the wall, but 2 strikes, elevated fastball. Which, you know, their guy had been going to with a lot of strikeouts, and he did a good job staying short, getting the barrel to it, and then right there at the end, you know, same thing. He got the barrel on it and hit the ball hard enough, you know, to give us a chance to win that game.
Key spot, coach, a 2-run 6th to finally tie this one up. Kyle Luckey loads the bases, huge pop-up, and then gets out of that one with a comebacker. Big spot for him. How did you feel what was his demeanor like to you from where you were standing?
Yeah, I thought, you know, when we went out there after taking the lead, I thought he was a little too pumped up. I mean, he was overthrowing a little bit. The ball was up. The fastball wasn't commanding like he had in the 1st inning, and even like he did later in the game. So he got a little bit of trouble there. And then, but in those 2 at bats, he was able to get himself, you know, back under control, executing pitches. And when Kyle's executing pitches, his stuff is good enough to create uncomfortable at-bats and get, you know, outs in those situations, which is what we needed him to do and what he did.
Finally, coach, you obviously mentioned Mitch quite a bit already, but 3rd straight solid outing out of Mitch.
Yeah. How
important is he and is that to your fortunes coming down the stretch here?
Well, you know, that's why we brought him here. And, you know, the biggest issue for Mitch early was just the command, you know, and when he went to the bullpen for a couple of weeks, it was to work on that and to get him. And he went, you know, no walks, and stuff was really good. And it was like, okay, we simplified things, and he just figured it out. And today he came out and it was the same thing. You know, he was really good command of his fastball, not giving up free bases, and that's what, you know, when he does that, his stuff's good enough that, you know, he's not going to give up a ton of hard contact, and he did a great job.